welcome to PA Timber Goose. Another lovely Sunday morning. Today is August 7th, and today we're checking out the managed dove fields on the PA State Game Lands. Very noisy highway down there. We're directly across from Blue Marsh. Lots of bird activity in here this morning. See lots of doves flying by. Catbirds, blue jays, cardinals, a few bats drifting by. We saw 2 deer this morning, one 8-point and one spike. You could see the silhouette against the skyline. It's very beautiful in here. The sun just came up. Do a pan around here. The Game Commission did a lot of habitat improvement in here since I was here last time. I hunted this area a few times for doves and didn't really see too much. Nice fluffy clouds drifting by. The sun's starting to come out. Got some sumac bushes growing here. These are not the poisonous ones. Sumac, when you see red, you can actually make like an iced tea out of this. These are not harmful in any way. It's the sumacs with the white berries that are poisonous. Lots of other food sources in here. This area also has a lot of walnut trees. You can see the walnut trees here. I don't see a lot of walnuts. Some years are better years than others for walnuts. This year is not. They don't look very healthy this year. There's a few walnuts on there, but they're very tiny. I have walnut trees behind my house, and usually you can fill up many buckets with walnuts. But this year I did not see too many. I guess the growing conditions aren't right this year. You can hear the doves in the background. Many bird sounds in here. Let's keep strolling down the road here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of road noise in the back. That's a very busy highway down there. All right, let's take a stroll down this trail here and see what else we can find down here. What other kind of wildlife? I hear a red squirrel in the bushes. You hear him chattering over there. It's very pretty here. This field here is full of purple coneflowers. When these get the seeds, the birds love these. I have these in the yard, and they'll stay on here all day, picking new seeds off of there, eating them. This will be very active here in the next few months once these purple coneflowers dry out and the seeds become available. They also spread very quickly. It's a very easy plant to plant in your yard. What you need is one, and they will just keep multiplying over and over. Very low maintenance, and they will come back every year. Sun's coming up a little further, and that was a very pretty sunrise this morning. Game Commission has definitely done a lot of habitat improvement since the last time I was here. Most of this was all burnt out by herbicides. It was burned completely to the ground, and now I see a lot of food sources. Here's a big patch of warm season grasses. This usually goes about 4 or 5 feet tall, and it's great for wildlife. I don't know if you can see those doves. There's 6 or 7 doves that just flew by there, and so far I've probably seen about 15 doves in this area. Lots of birds in the background. Very familiar sounds. You can differentiate the purple finches, the doves, lots of blue jays, and some cardinals singing in the background. This looks like a patch of yarrow. Never seen this much in one spot. There's the white flower. You look a little short though. There's a strip of it all the way down. There's a herbicide burn underneath of these plants, and you can see it. I'll turn the camera around. It's actually on both sides. And the old time farmers, they never sprayed herbicide like this. The herbicide burns everything to the ground, and eventually it'll break down and they'll plant their crops right over. But it keeps a lot of the weeds out of the field. This field over here has a warm season grass in it. You can see the grass seed on the top, and there's some on this side too. Got some crows in the background. Let's see, is that a crow or a raven? That's a raven there. Hopefully you can see that. Ravens are very big. They have a very deep gravelly sound, and their silhouette is definitely different. There's two of them there. There's another one at the edge. Turn around, look at this side. You have a better view over here. Here's some critter sign along the field. This could be a red fox or a groundhog. And it's nice and fresh. You can see the fresh dirt here. And I was standing here looking down that hole, and I saw a little mouse come out and look at me. He had a terrified look on his face, and he went back down the hole. I saw a red fox yesterday behind the house, and apparently he was coming down for the neighbor's cat food. They feed their cats outside, and he was headed for the bowl to clean it out. But I don't think the cats left him any food last night. And I kept watching him, and then he realized that I was watching him. Then he just turned around and took a couple leaps, and he was back up in the woods. You can hardly hear the cars anymore now. Nice view. You can see that mountain over there. That used to be the ski slope on the other side. Very pretty in here. Small game hunted this area a few times. I came up empty-handed, but there's some very thick pine trees up there. And the last few times I hunted doves, I was sitting underneath of those trees. Spotted lanternfly has a very heavy infestation in this area. This is one of the hot spots. A few years back when it began, and when we were dove hunting this area, we would see large clouds of spotted lanternflies all over the place, and we weren't sure what they were. It's kind of noisy back there. Still got some road noise, even though we're further away from the road now. We'll check out the sunflowers at the end of the video. They're down by the road. Glimpses of the lake, see if there's anything out there. Any wildlife flying around. Wildlife sightings so far. 1 8-point buck, 1 spike buck, and 2 ravens drifting by. Lots of bird life. Lots of doves floating by. Turn the camera around here. There's a few deer trails meandering through the field here. Lots of purple coneflowers. Birds love to eat them when they go to seed, which will be in a month or so. They'll all be brown, and the birds will be picking all the seeds out of those heads. Thanks for coming along today. Hopefully you enjoy a relaxing walk through the state game lands. I'm going to try to do as many walks through the game lands as I can this year, and there's never enough time. We'll set the camera up here and let it run for a few minutes, and you can enjoy the sounds of nature. So stay with us, don't click through the video. We'll be back in a few minutes. Very beautiful in here. There's another field of sunflowers down there in the corner. They look like they, all the heads are down, so they're probably dry. The first field we passed this morning, they were, still had a little ways to go. So I'm guessing that they're planted at different times, so you have a continual food source. This may look a little wider than normal. I have a super view lens on my GoPro 9, and we're seeing how this looks. Seeing how much See how much wider my video looks. Get that cinematic effect. There are many doves in here. Many more than they were here last time. I can hear the doves sitting up in the trees, cooing pretty much everywhere we go. Starting to get a little humid. Looking forward to the cooler days. I can walk much further when I'm not sweating. Carrying extra water because it's so humid. Looking forward to those bluebird fall days where you get the nice breeze rolling by. And I could spend all day outside doing that. It's a nice little walk. Saw a groundhog down there. He didn't want nothing to do with me. He was gone. I had a hummingbird come over and check out the other camera. I have it sitting on the edge of the field. But unfortunately I didn't turn it on at the time. And my microphone has a red holder that the microphone sits in with the big fuzzy thing on the top. And he was buzzing around checking that out. It was a ruby-throated hummingbird. I kind of figured that's what it was as soon as I heard the buzz coming by. Had us for a few seconds and they took off. Definitely very pretty in here. Everywhere you look you see more and more flowers. Lots of butterflies and bees all over the wildflowers. That whole hillside over there, you can see all the purple coneflowers over there. This area should be very active in the next few months with all kinds of birds and wildlife. Definite improvement since the last time we were here. Tenfold. It's much better habitat, more than it was before. When we were here before, it was all ag fields and a lot of crops, but no wildlife, no birds. It was pretty sterile. And now there's life everywhere. All you need is a right combination of food, fewer chemicals. Mosquitoes are hungry. They like to bite me on top of my head. I don't know why. Maybe I taste delicious. Let's follow this trail out here and see where we come out. We should be getting close to the lake. Very beautiful in here. Sunflowers didn't go to seed yet in this section. The lower field over there, the heads were all at the end of their lifespan. Once they bend down, they start to dry out and then they turn black and then the bird will start to eat them. But this is a managed dove field. As these turn brown and dry out, the seeds will drop out on the ground. And the doves will come along and eat them. Along with the other birds that like to eat sunflowers, which there are many. Squirrels love to eat them also. It's very beautiful in here. I'm not sure how many acres this is. But definitely very cool. It just makes you feel warm and fuzzy all over just by looking at that many sunflowers in one spot. Quite a few acres there. The sunflower heads actually track the sun, so if you look at them real close, you can tell they're all pointed the same direction, to the south. Very beautiful. I have a macro lens for my GoPro now. It has a 15x on it, so it's made for very close-up shots. And the last video you could see the butterflies and the bees. They were shot with a macro lens, so it's very cool. You can see how close the macro lens is. And as you get further away, it gets kind of blurry. It's made for very close shots, only a few inches away from what you're videoing. Let's get a close up here, some sunflowers. These are so beautiful. Not a lot of bumblebees on them, unfortunately. I do see a few bees buzzing around here. There we go. Some of these are starting to open up. Petals are unfolding. Very beautiful. Definitely worth coming to see. This sunflower patch is right next to the road. I'm on State Game Lands 280, and Route 183 is directly behind me, and we are very close to Burnville. All right, let's change up lenses here. We'll take the macro lens off. There's some stone piles here they put where their one trail goes through, and I'm guessing people were coming in here driving around. This kind of looks like Graffiti Highway, the way they buried this road in here. You can still walk through here, but you can't drive through here anymore. It all looks like shale. But definitely you can get a better view of the sunflowers. How many are actually out there. It's a shame there aren't more butterflies and bees on there. Thanks for coming along today. Hopefully you enjoyed our walk through State Game Lands 280. And 183 is directly behind us. The highway's pretty quiet now. This morning it was very busy. Unfortunately, a lot of that background noise is in my video. Burnville's right up the road, and this is a great place to go for a hike for the day. The sunflower is very beautiful. They're nice and yellow, but within about four or 5 weeks they'll all be brown, and then that pretty color will be gone. September 1st is the first day of dove season, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of hunters in this area, and there'll be a lot of shooting activity. So if you want to come see the sunflowers, you may want to come before September 1st. As always, thanks for coming along today. Hopefully you enjoyed our video, and relaxing sounds of the wildlife and the birds and other animals in the background. Like, share, subscribe. Comments are awesome. If you're a new PA Timber Ghost subscriber, welcome to the family, and as always, we'll see you on our next video. Thanks for watching PA Timber Ghost.